Hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to make this video as soon as I possibly could because I felt like it was a conversation that really resonated with me. I had a conversation with one of my clients, and it was a very beautiful conversation we had, and that's like the feeling of not knowing if you're worthy of love growing up. And I genuinely relate to that. So this is bothering me so much. Oh my god. I related to that so much because that's how I felt growing up. It's still doing it. Okay. I felt like that a lot growing up because growing up, like I was kind of like that quiet fat kid, and so I would be the guy that like girls would kind of play pranks on, right? Like, oh, go ask him out as a joke. Go ask him as a joke. And obviously, at that age, they're young, so they don't understand the effects of that. But especially as a kid that already has low self-esteem, that piled on to where people play with your emotions, it pretty much solidifies into your head that you're just not worthy of love. And I felt that to a deep level when I was having that conversation because that's how it was for me. Like, and it had its benefits, but also a lot negative to it. And I think I only started to realize the negatives like probably a year ago because I was so into self improvement to the point where like I would focus on the super small things. So like I'd be like, oh, this side of my beard is patchy. Fuck, I'm never gonna be loved. Like it was like the constant chase because you felt like your whole childhood was pretty much like, yo, like I'm just not going to be loved. Like that's how it was for me anyways. And when I had the conversation with I don't like to say the word client because like at the end of the day, everyone on I like to say my team or like everyone that I work with that works with me is like we're pretty much like buddies now. Like there's a whole aspect when it comes to coaching that's like there's a mental aspect more than just like a fitness plan and a diet plan. It's like getting to know the person and seeing how they can actually stick to it, and you get to know them more. Like you get to know like who they are, what they do, like what their hobbies are, what they like, even on like a deep level. And that's how you can actually stick to fitness, right? And that's where the whole one-on-one thing comes in, right? Like really looking into your life and seeing like who you are, right? And yeah, but coming back to that point where it's just like I was focused on the minute things where like no one even gave a fuck in reality, but I was just so fixated on it. Like even when like I had abs, I was like, oh, there's a little bit of fat on me. I need to lose that, and eventually, you know, and it definitely had the effects on me growing up because like even when I made that like a transformation of like my looks and like my confidence, I had to fake it to a certain extent when I started because I just didn't believe like I could talk to girls. Like even when girls would start having conversations with me, I like deep down I'm like this has to be a prank, right? Like where are the cameras? Like like it just never registered to me for the longest. And it because when you're young, like you're vulnerable, and so like when someone like let's say like does a prank on you, like oh I think I like you, and it's a joke, you're vulnerable, and so you think it's actually true. And when that happens constantly, you're just like yeah, there's actually something wrong with you. But in reality, it's not that. It's more so like it's hard to overcome because let's say like you've been your childhood for like 10, 15 years, right? And then like let's say you're out of your childhood, like you're like let's say like so like for example like him he was just like let's say like you're like 28, right? Like if you've been locked in or 26 whatever, like whatever age, bro, like just get it like late 20s, okay? Like let's say like 28, like you've been more of your childhood than you have been in your late 20s. And so that identity of you in your childhood will want to it'll have friction when you're trying to get away with it because deep down you're still going to be that kid. Deep down you're more of that kid than you are the current version of yourself, and your identity is just catching up to you. Or like you're just catching up to the reality that you created for yourself now, right? Like and you see like a lot of like dudes and that went through that like mental block of like they kind of do well in life, but more so like they go into like they do well in terms of like the career, they do well in terms of like just wanting to constantly be the best because you have to evaluate that though. Like, why do you want to be the best? And I think that's something I had to do because at the start it was I wanted to be the best because I just wanted to be seen. But then once I was seen, like for instance, like when I was going pretty like people started like looking at my social media and I was like people were noticing me, like I still felt like that kid because I didn't fix the internal damage, which was like I need to respect myself. and you're gonna have friction because growing up you just never did, and you never had the reason to believe that you needed to respect yourself because, again, like you were always devalidated of your emotions growing up. And so like if you're someone that is into self-improvement, you need to ask yourself, where does that stem from? Because if it is from insecurities, it will never go away. No matter if you buy that extra car, or whether it's you fucking, like, you get another 10 pounds of muscle, or if I lose 20 pounds of fat, like I'll feel like I deserve love. It's not gonna be like that. What losing fat does for you is make you realize the truth, which is like you are worthy of love to begin with. You just have to stand firm on it because you have qualities that people have devalued throughout your entire life to where you felt like you don't actually deserve it. And it's hard to get over it because more people, let's say like you're like a quiet dude, right? Like you don't really go out, you don't really go out, like you just go about your day. And so like if that's the case and you don't have as much interactions, more people have said devaluing things to you than people have said that are valuing things to you. People have put you down more than people have appreciated you. And so that makes you believe as if um, you're not worthy. And then what happens, or what happened to me, was when someone puts me down, I always focus on that rather than the 100 compliments. And I struggle with this. Um, so like if someone's like, "Yo, Kiru, like I love your content, like keep it up," but then like one dude is just like, "Yo, like your dark circles are fucked," like I would focus on that, and like that got to me a little bit. But then like I'm over it now because I was able to realize that like I know who I am, and that comes from a journey of just trying and trying and trying and failing and embarrassing. Because that's why I'm so open to embarrassing, because like when you've embarrassed yourself growing up so much that it just becomes numb. Like it doesn't matter to me. Like I don't care. You like I've been the fucking dude where like group of people just laugh at me. Like I've been there. I don't care. Like it genuinely does not bother me whatsoever because I've been in that position where I know how it feels to be embarrassed 1,000 times, that I'll do it 1,000 times more because I'm used to it. And now I know the benefit of being embarrassed. The more I'm embarrassed, the more closer I am to get to my goal. So why wouldn't I do that times 100 speed? I'm embarrassing as much as I can. If you're afraid to go talk to a woman, you're afraid of embarrassing yourself, bro, we've already been embarrassed growing up. Just fucking speed through it. Just talk to 5 girls, get it out the way. You get the rhythm of actually approaching women, of talking to women. You're starting to create your identity. You need to do, or what I did was, I look at my old self, the unconfident kid that got picked on, that felt like he didn't deserve love. I can't do the same habits that he does on a day-to-day basis, and you have to do the complete opposite. He would not do any single thing that I'm doing now. And I'm not going to do any single thing that he's doing back then. And that's why I was able to make this transformation, not just physically with my body, but also mentally. Because like I mentioned, even once you get in shape, if you don't fix that insecurity, it will always remain. You will always want to put 10 pounds more. That's why body dysmorphia exists for a lot of bodybuilders, because there's always a root cause as to why they got into the gym. A lot of people that get into the gym weren't necessarily like, like the strongest, or like there's always a reason. And if you don't fix the root reason on why you came into this place, you'll always want to put on 10 more pounds of fat, of muscle, or lose 10 more pounds of fat. Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn. Well, like, it's a natural mechanism. It's a natural mechanism of the body. But, yeah, man, like, you have to fix the root cause. And yeah, man, like, I had that conversation, and it kind of just, like, I felt like I was talking to, like, another me, you know? And that's why, like, honestly, after that call, like, I was already passionate, but I'm even more passionate now. Like, I genuinely do care. Um, because, like, I never had anyone to kind of lead me around. So, like, I don't know. I think the biggest thing for me was, like, once I started posting, I still had that feeling of, like, I still don't deserve love, until I realized if I don't change that now, like, this was, like 6, 7, no, like, months ago, it would never go away. And so I really had to work on my mental state. And that's why it's important to have the mental state and also physical state. That's why I'm very key on mental state too. Like whenever I coach people, because most of it is mental. You can go on ChatGPT and get a diet plan and fitness plan, but we need to make sure your mental is in a position where you can stand that, like a diet and a diet. Okay, I'll be honest. Sorry. A diet and a training plan, right? Going around problems that might occur. You might have some sort of events. You might have this happen, that happen. You need to go around it, right? And so a lot of it is mental development. And so in theory, I started the fitness journey because I felt weak. And in reality, I could have fixed it then if I just realized that I need to do this for myself and not for others. But it takes a certain level of proof that you do deserve respect from yourself. Because I'm going to be honest, I never respected myself at that point. I was never consistent with like all it was studies. And if one thing is good and everything else is lacking, no one's gonna take you serious. And so that's how I felt. Oh yeah, he's good with studies, but no one, no, like I never saw the benefits of it, right? Like, and like if I'm being honest, if I didn't change at that moment when I started like the gym, which helped me with my social confidence, which helped me to put myself out there, I would have just been like a guy in the corner that just got a paycheck, and like no one would take serious. Oh yeah, Kiro, he's an engineer. That was it. Um, and that's why like whenever anything happens to me, I'm like it happens for me. It's not why is this happening to me. And every single time something happens in my life, I'm like, this is good. Like, yes, you know. Because in the moment you're gonna have friction, but a lot of people avoid that friction, and that's why they stay in the same place for years. But the people that go through that friction are the people that actually change. Because if you want to make an identity change, and if it was easy, everyone would make an identity change. I'm a firm believer that like anyone can change if they put their mind to it, but you have to overcome that friction. And the worst thing I want is for people to start coping and say, I'm happy where I'm at. But in reality, they've erased their visions because they feel like it's too unrealistic. I have these conversations like every day. Like someone will be like, oh, I just want to get in shape. And then I was like, bro, what is it? Like, what do you actually want to do? I want to look like Christian Bale. I want to look like, Jack Human, right? Like, they start labeling who they actually want to be, but they've written off that it's not possible because of what they've been told growing up. And they feel like they aren't, their goals aren't validated because their emotions were never validated. But in reality, you're more than enough to accomplish the things you want. You just have to put in work and get over that friction. And that's something I wish someone told me, because a lot of the times, especially when I started gym, was self-hatred. Like I hated myself when I started the gym. I would do like, dude, like I would like drop sits or barbell squat because I genuinely hated what I saw in the mirror, and it was legit self-hatred motivated. But now I go to the gym because I genuinely respect myself and I enjoy it. The only way I was able to make that shift was because I understood that this is for myself and not for anyone else. And people get to be a part of my life if they want to be a part of my life. If they don't, I still can keep improving every single day. I don't think I took a breath the past 2 minutes. Oh my God. But I hope you guys took some good points off this video, which is, you have to let what happened in the past, and if you want to make an identity change, you're going to have friction. And that's the sign that you're actually capable of making the change. You just have to go past that friction. But stay tuned for the next video, and catch you guys later. There's some garage work going on in the back. It's going to go, it's going to go crazy sound. But catch you guys in the next one. If you guys want to DM me on Instagram, I respond to all DMs, by the way. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. But follow for more, and see you guys on the next one.